Hey guys, welcome back to Tap In Podcast by TTBE. It is your girl, Myesha Banks, here dropping some more gems. We are getting close. We are like at the end/beginning of the ending of the season, but I still got some stuff in there that I'm ready to get out to y'all. So let's just call it facts. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Every struggle has a solution. Every single struggle has a solution. I think most of us confuse ourselves with placing excuses in front of the things that we're struggling with instead of finding the solution to the struggle. Wouldn't you find it more easier if you just found the solution to the struggle than depending on the excuse? I think that I'm here to tell you and help you recognize that no matter what you're going through, you can always find a solution in your struggle. And I think the best time to find solutions is when you're in your struggle. There's something about growth, right? When you're growing and you look at it as a plant, you have to water the plant for it to grow. And if you don't water the plant dies, right? So if you're not watering yourself during your growing period, you're going to die. Your dreams are going to die. Everything that you want is going to die. You have to water yourself during your growing process. And I think that's so difficult because you ask yourself, or you ask Myesha, well, how do you grow in your struggle? How do you not grow in your struggle? I mean, the word can't or what cannot happen should give you enough energy or enough motivation to actually become what you think you can't become. I love the word can't. I love the word try. I love those words that people say stay away from. I like to embrace them because if you're trying and you're giving yourself an opportunity to at least grow. And if you tell yourself you can't, you're telling your nervous system, okay, well, maybe I can. Maybe I can push through. Maybe I can find another way to survive. Most of us are living in survival mechanisms when you can just live in growth. Stop thinking so much on how to survive and think about the growing process of being able to survive and get the things that you want in life. We struggle with that in our lives, and I struggle with it because I used to function a lot in survival mechanisms. I used to function where end or be all, I just have to do whatever it takes to get where I need to be. But when I slow myself down and I take a pause and I say, Myesha, just take a minute and sit for a second so you can start coming up with a strategy or strategically moving in your life. No one can take your life more serious than you. I love the idea of entrepreneurship. I love the idea of a 9-to-5. I love the idea that you're just working towards something. But the moment you stop and you let your struggles overpower your thoughts and overpower your ambition, that's when you realize, okay, I'm so deep in the hole. How do I get out? You have to climb your way out of the struggle. You have to learn how to thrive in your struggle. You have to learn how to separate your struggle from who you are and apply the ambition to become that thing that you want. If you listen to your breathing when you're struggling, or you listen to your breathing when you're in depression, or you have an anxiety, or you're worrying so much about what's going to happen, I think you take yourself away from being present. What's happening right now? What can I do right now to fix what I'm going through? That's where we struggle. And even for successful people that might be listening to this podcast, what can you do now that you didn't do yesterday and you wish to do tomorrow? But we need to stay present in the moment because that's how we grow. You don't look at a plant. The plant is not worried about what's happening next week. They're worrying about how much water they have for the day, how much sunlight they have for that day. They're not worried about the growing period later on. So learn how to be present in the moment. Learn how to be present with yourself and learn how to become better in that moment. That financial struggle will only be a breakthrough if you apply the action to the struggle. You can pray all day long. You can go to church all day long, but if you don't have any action towards your plan or no action to get out your struggle, you will stay in that struggle. I'm big on having strength, okay? Strength is the most powerful word in my vocabulary because that's the only thing that's going to get me up for work or get me up to focus on my business, to get me up to focus on how to feed myself or get the things that I desire in life. It's one step at a time. One step at a time will get you where you need to be. But if you're jumping and you're skipping and then you're backtracking, then you get a accomplishment and then you fall off, you're not aligning yourself. You have to align yourself enough to get where you need to be. Struggle is amazing. I embrace struggle because struggle shapes you for the next thing that's coming. Struggle shapes you for what you're dreaming for. The dreams can't be bigger than your action. The dreams can't be bigger than the footwork that you're placing on the pavement, the work that you're doing to get where you need to be. You need to put the work in so that dream can be as big as your movement and your action. We're moving too fast. Slow down. Sometimes you need to rest. Sometimes you need to take a nap and just to wake up the next moment and say, okay, I've gotten my thoughts together. I've gotten my mind together. Now let's get me a piece of pen and paper and figure out what I can do next to get where I need to be. That's what I'm trying to teach you guys. Because I had to slow down. I had to rest for a second. I had to reorganize my whole life because my life shifted so fast to where I didn't know what I was going to do. So when the shift happened, you make adjustments. But the excuses, I can't do this, I don't know, that's what slows you down. You can do anything that you want. You can try anything that you want to try. You can get yourself out of a financial situation. But you have to apply the action and you have to remove the excuses from your life. Stop putting excuses in front of your goals. Stop putting excuses in front of your dreams. Stop allowing distractions to move you away from your alignment. This message are for people that are trying to find the light in the darkness, that's trying to find direction in their struggle. The pain will be there, but turn that into power. The struggle will be there, but turn that into ambition. The financial instability will be there, but turn that into strategically moving forward and making financial ways to be where you need to be. And I think that's the confusion part of where we are in life. Sometimes we let finances take over our lives and we don't really know what direction to go in. But I always tell my loved ones, don't worry about the money right now. The money's coming. Don't worry about how you're going to survive or how you're going to don't worry about that. Just follow your heart, follow your dreams, and everything will come into a full circle. So keep your faith high. Keep your faith high and make sure that you pray every second of the day so that you can find peace in that struggle, in that darkness, and then the light will show. So keep pushing, y'all. Keep pushing. I'm telling y'all, I was there and I've gotten out of the struggle. So keep pushing. I'm pushing with y'all. I'm watering your flower, your plant. We gonna water this together. At this point, we farmers, but we gonna water it together. But I believe in you, and I need you to believe in you as well. Okay? I like that. Believe in yourself. Because no matter how far I get, I just always remind myself that I have to believe in myself. All right, y'all. I love y'all. We wrapping this episode up. And I can't wait to see y'all next episode.